How's it going, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the LS38 by LSRC. It is a foldable 5G Wi-Fi FPV 6K camera, electronic image stabilization, brushless motor, GPS, and optical flow sensor positioning RC quadcopter ready to fly. So taking a closer look, it's got the elbow style folding arms, very similar in design like the Tianqiu visual drone that was very popular some time ago. This one, however, has the 1503 brushless motor, so it should have better power, therefore better wind resistance. Now the props are screwed on directly to the motors, and they are the independent style blades without a center hub. Now we are given extra blades, and the screws are coated with what looks like blue Loctite. Notice the single stripe on the B blades and the double stripe on the A blades. So if you need to swap them out, it's easy to identify which is which. We've got landing gear affixed to the bottom at the ends of each of the arms. And there are status LED lights on the bottom of each of the arms as well. The main body is coated with a velvety-like anti-smudge finish, which is nice. We got the power push button on and off switch on the top of the canopy. We also have LED lights in the front and the 6K camera. Now it will take 6K photos and 1080p videos and record them into the Wi-Fi phone app, and thus into the camera roll of the device used. It does not have a built-in DVR. Now the camera is hard mounted, and it is remote tilt adjustable from 0 to 90 degrees. On the bottom, we have the 720p resolution optical flow sensor camera, which shoots photos and videos at 1280 by 720p. The Wi-Fi image distance is set to be 1 kilometer, and the control distance is also set to be 1 kilometer. We shall find out. In the rear is the battery bay. Place one finger on the bottom, place another one on the top, and push the button and pull it right out. It should slide right out. It is a proprietary style battery, and it is a 7.6 volt 2000 milliamp size battery. It is said to be good for about 28 minutes of flight time. Charge it up utilizing the micro USB port and with the provided micro USB to USB cable. It will take roughly about 3 hours to charge. Slide it right back in, push it in, and it'll lock into place. The remote controller has flip-out hand grips, but it does not have flip-out antennas. The antenna is inside the housing, and it is a dipole antenna. It would, however, take minimum efforts to make it an externally positioned antenna, but for this test, we will leave it how it came out of the box. Now the built-in battery is a nice size lithium-ion 3.7 volt 550 milliamp battery, set to be good for about 1 hour of runtime. Now the 2-position phone holder is spring-loaded, and it will fit a 5.5-inch phone nice and snug. On the top left shoulder is the remote tilt dial for the camera from 0 to 90 degrees. On the right shoulder is the dedicated photo and the dedicated video buttons. There is no display screen of any sort, so the Wi-Fi phone app will be the only source of visual display. We have the lock-unlock button to arm and disarm the motors with a short press. Long press the button for gyro calibration. We have the headless mode button with a short press, and with a long press, it will initiate the compass calibration. We have the speed changing button with a short press. Speeds 1 and 2 can be had. long press to turn GPS on or off. And finally, we have the smart return to home button. Press it and the quadcopter will fly back and land where it took off from autonomously. Bolt 6 to the bottom and out will also arm the motors, and bolt 6 to the bottom and in will also disarm the motors, as well as pressing the lock and unlock button. Alright guys, so here we go with the test flight. We got the quadcopter ready to go. I got the battery fully charged and it is inserted. A little gloomy day here in the high desert, but there's not much breeze, so it's a very nice day. Powering up the quad. Kind of soft, but the ESCs have sung their song. And powering up the remote control. Automatically binds. So every time you want to fly one of these GPS quadcopters, you're going to have to calibrate the compass. And to do that on this one, you're going to have to long press the headless mode button. Okay. Lights are blinking. So rotate it horizontally until a beep is heard, and a beep has gone off. Nose down, and another beep is heard. Rotate it clockwise, and compass calibration is complete. Now gyro calibration. Long press the lock and unlock button. Lights go flashing, and they go solid, and we are ready to go. So to arm the motors, both 6 to the bottom and out will arm the motors, and disarm the motors, both 6 to the bottom and in. There you go. You can go ahead and fly it right now. I believe we have acquired all of the necessary GPS also. We got rear lights blinking green. So I believe we are good to go. But first things first, let's go ahead and start the phone app. I'm going to use my iPad. So going to the settings, going to the Wi-Fi, and connect to the HY-GPS Wi-Fi network. Oops. Oh, that is the brightest. Since it's a gloomy day, very hard to see, and we are connected. Now the app. It is called the HFun Pro app. Free downloadable app in the App Store. I've used this app before. So we are good to go. Alright, so let's look down the line here. Let me go ahead and start the screen record. Okay, screen is recording. Now there's the settings. You want to go in there and hit English. And I'm just going to go directly into the start. Please take care of safety, keep a distance. Okay, all right. We got Wi-Fi FPV. And I can't see very well because of all this cloud cover. Well, it looks pretty good. And it's responding rather pretty quickly here. So let's see if it takes a photo. Let me take a photo with the hard remote. There you go. Would like to access your photos, you say okay. So let's go ahead and make our rounds and take some photos real quick. There you go. And one more. So there we go. We have taken some photos, and now we're gonna start the video. There you go. Video is on. I'm gonna leave my iPad right here and come back to it in a little bit. So let's go ahead and check this thing out. All right, so you can unlock the motors by hitting the lock and unlock button, and that'll arm it. There's no one key to take off, so you got to manually take off. There you go, throttle up, and it is hovering very nice in one spot. Let's see, yaws in place. Oh yeah. Yaw's pretty good. Let's bring it down. Let's see if we got GPS position hold, and yes we do. It got mad. It got angry and it went back to its position hold spot. Very nice. Okay, I'm curious. I'm gonna try and turn off the GPS, long pressing the GPS on off button, the speed changing button. Okay, GPS is off. So the rear lights are solid. So let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's just got optical flow sensor. But it does stop on a dime still yet. Go up in altitude a little bit. And look, it just kind of drifts off until the optical flow sensor is working. Nice. So you want to fly this thing a little bit more sportier. You want to fly it in the non-GPS mode, which is right now. And look at that, it's still got good position hold. Man, it's almost like it's got GPS. Okay, I'm going to turn off or turn back the GPS on again. There you go, lights are blinking and we are in GPS mode. We're going to start off in speed number 1 and let's go and check this thing out. So far it looks like it's a pretty good flyer, nice and smooth. Hope the video comes out good with the electronic image stabilization. Too bad this thing doesn't have a gimbal, at least a 2-axis gimbal. That would have helped it out a lot. And the camera is kind of hard mounted. It is not soft mounted, so a soft mounting could have, you know, greatly helped reduce vibrations as well. But it is hard mounted, so I do expect it to have some kind of vibration unless the electronic image stabilization is really good. So hopefully it takes nice smooth videos. Okay, so that is speed number 1, and I am full pitching and full yawing, and that will be the full pitch and full yaw turn radius. Okay, and it kind of plateaus off. All right, speed number 2. There you go. A lot more pitch, and it digs in after the turn. Look at that. Digs down and it plateaus off. So you want to get going somewhere real quick, go in speed number 2. Ah, nice. So far so good. So there is only speed 1 and 2, and this would be the full pitch and full yaw radius. It's not that bad. Okay, let go and it comes to a hover. Very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it around here and point it directly towards myself. And let's see if I can do some camera tilting. There you go. Now camera tilt, and it's very wobbly. Okay, stay right there, tilting up the camera all the way up, incrementally, one at a time. All right, yaw a little bit, and there I am. Okay, all the way down to 90 degrees, so it's looking directly at the ground. Hey, not bad. Let me put it right above myself. Kind of drifts off a little bit, and let me throttle up. There I am. Okay, camera tilt up. so let's go ahead and check out the headless mode. There's a helicopter passing by. Yeah, headless mode. Push it forward and it is going to the northbound. Pull it and it is coming back to the southbound of how you calibrated the gyros, and I'm putting it in a spin with a full yaw spin, and it's still going that way. And I push it, it'll still go that way, that direction, because that is the northbound heading, sideways. And if I go to the right, it'll go to the right, as long as you're facing the northbound of how you calibrated the front section, the forward section of the quadcopter. All right, so that is headless mode, and it works perfectly. So just like that, I'm going to turn it off. All right, so far so good. This thing is pretty nice, behaving very well. So let's go ahead, and we basically checked out everything here. So let's go ahead and land this thing. There is no 1 key to land, so I'm going to manually land it, and it kind of slowed down by itself a little bit. And there you go. You can control this thing very precisely. I'm going to leave it right in the middle, so that'll be our new home point. So arming the motors, I'm going to manually arm it and take off. All right. So now what we are going to do is we are going to check out the smart return to home. I'm going to let go of the sticks, and there you go. I'm going to hit the return to home button, and it rises up right away. A couple of beeps can be heard, and looks like about 20 meters. Comes backwards. The rear lights are flashing still. Nothing else is flashing, and it is coming down, eating its own prop wash. There's a tiny little breeze kicking in. It feels like about 5 miles an hour or so, but it is coming down straight. Look at that, holding its position, coming down, and looks like it might hit the landing pad. Almost hit the landing pad, right next to the landing pad. That's pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and put it back in the center. And now I want to check out the fail-safe return to home. So let's go ahead and push it out. Okay, but first, what I want to check out is I'm going to hit the return to home button while it's coming back from a smart return to home and retake control of it. Okay, so it's rising up in altitude just like before, going up to about, I don't know, 20-30 meters, maybe like 25 meters. I'm going to hit it, and look at that. It comes to a stop, and I am able to retake control of it. Okay, so that's great. Smart return home button. Now remember, these things don't have obstacle avoidance, so be careful when you hit the return home button. Don't hit trees and whatnot. All right, so now what we're going to do is simulate the fail-safe return to home. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the remote control. Remote control is off. Let's see what happens. It should start rising pretty soon. Realizing it has disconnected. Nope, it is not coming back home, guys. That means it is connected with the Wi-Fi phone app. And is it possible to control it? Yep, I got virtual sticks, and here I have control of the quadcopter with the Wi-Fi phone app. So this is another one of those quadcopters that needs both of the Wi-Fi phone app and the hard remote to be disconnected for it to perform the return to home the fail-safe return to home. So usually what will happen is if you're flying and if you go out too far, the Wi-Fi video will be disconnected before the hard remote control will be disconnected. Hopefully that is the case. So the return to home will hopefully work in real life situation, the fail-safe return to home, that is. So I'm flying the thing with the phone app. Okay, and it is doing pretty good actually. Not bad, huh? Yeah. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the remote control now. And I'm still recording, everything looks good. I'm gonna turn the remote control back on. Oh, look at that. It's rising up in altitude all of a sudden. What? And it's giving me a couple of beeps. And what is going on here? Now it's performing the return home. Oh my god. Kind of backwards, isn't it? Okay, I'm not out of battery yet, I don't think. Yeah, it's coming down. So some kind of a signal got interrupted when I turned the remote control back on, and it's thinking that it has been disconnected or something, and it's doing the return home. I'm not sure what kind of return home that was. Fail-safe return home? I'm not sure, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and restart. See, I can still control the quadcopter. Okay, so there you go. Kind of funky there. It shouldn't return home once you reconnect, but that is what happened here. So I'm not a big fan of the both devices needs to be disconnected for it to do the fail-safe, since it is a Wi-Fi FPV type of quadcopter. You still want Wi-Fi video connected, and as long as it disconnects with the remote control, it should come home. That's the way I would love to have this thing perform, but it is not. You need both the phone and the app, or phone app and the remote control to be disconnected. Looks like we're in speed number 1 also. Okay, let's see if I can do some Wi-Fi FPV here. Speed number 1, and let's see, I'm gonna turn off the virtual sticks. Okay, pitching forward, turning around. Okay, coming this way, and there I am. Camera tilt angle is a little bit too high, I think, so I'm going to lower it down. Okay, turning around. There I am. Yeah, you can do FPV with this thing. Looks pretty good. Okay, there it goes. Kind of sideways a little bit. Could be fighting the slight breeze that we have here. Turning around and coming towards me. There you go. Yeah, not bad, not bad at all. The Wi-Fi video is pretty decent. Okay, so it's supposed to have 1 kilometer Wi-Fi video distance. So let's go to speed number 2. And let's see how far I can go in this field. Raise it up in altitude a little more. And camera tilt angle up. Okay, let's push it all the way. Let's go and see how good the video feed is. And so far I got good video feed. That little dirt road yeah, that should be right about 300 to 400 meters. And I still got video. It's still bobbing and getting close to that road. Or is that the road that is 300 to 400 meters? No, that is not. That is the road in front of it. So it is continuing to go. And what does the app tell me? Wow, distance is 900 meters? No, I don't think so. No, that's not 900 meters. That's a wrong data there. Well, and look, my battery level is 20. Ooh, very low. I want to continue to push it here. And I am getting video. And it looks like it is still going. I don't see it anymore. I'm continuing to push it. And it's getting closer to the street. And that's the dirt road. That dirt road is around 400 meters. And looks like my video is starting to freeze. And oh my god, the recording has stopped. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back. And looks like it's getting bigger, so it is coming back. So when will my video return? I should have stopped the video before I went and checked out the distance, so that at least I have that saved. It is still coming back. I can hear it. I'm going to lower it down a little bit. Okay, it's coming back. Looks like my video hasn't caught. Oh, it's moving a little bit. Okay, Quadcopter is back, and I got video back. Sorry guys, I'm gonna go ahead and restart the video. There you go, video has restarted. So do yourself a favor, no matter what quadcopter you have, you want to incrementally save the video just to make sure you got it. If you got a nice little segment of flight and you got a choice segment of video, go ahead and stop the video so you saved it, and don't let fate take its course of maybe not being able to save the video. So the app is telling me that I got very low battery life, but it is still going. It is not hitting the low voltage return home yet. It's supposed to have 28 minutes of flight time. So let's go ahead and send it out this way and see how far I can go. And when it does hit the low voltage return to home, it should come back within 30 meters. And looks like, oh, it has just hit low voltage return to home, rising up in altitude, and it is coming back. And even though I pitch forward, and it does not respond, so it's coming back. And look at that, it has stopped and it's holding its position 30 meters away from myself, and I am able to retake control of it. So here we go. This is the first phase of low voltage return to home, and there should be a geofencing, and let's see. Boom, there you go, geofencing. I am unable to go beyond it. One more time this way. Boom, there's the geofencing. All right, so let's check out how long of a geofencing period this quadcopter has, and just fly around here. Woohoo! Dip down. Okay, some reason it doesn't want to come back this way. There we go. I have orientation problems here. Okay guys, I'm just gonna fly right in front of myself, back and forth, and I'm gonna go down to speed number 1 so it doesn't dip down as much, so I can still fly around. 30 meters is a little too small of an area to have a geofencing, but it is safe. It's a safety net, system where if you just happen to run out of battery, then at least you're gonna land somewhere near your location and not somewhere far away once it does run out of battery and it has enough battery life to come back. And there I am. Oop, I kind of skipped over myself here. The reason why is because it's rising up in altitude. It has reached its second phase of the critical low voltage return home, and it is coming back home. Right, eating some prop wash. Hey, so far this quadcopter is pretty decent. Everything is working pretty good. The only problem was the video stopped by itself. So let's see how close it lands to the landing pad, the home point, and it will land right next to the landing pad. So that is pretty good, guys. So that is my review and test flight of the LSRC's LS38. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.